And patients should be aware of two potential side effects of the GLP-1 weight loss drugs. You may call it Ozempic feet or Ozempic mouth.
According to Healthline, some people are reporting excessively wrinkled feet and wrinkles around the mouth.
My body feels great, my face looks way older, and I traded one problem for another.
Everyone's been talking about the face. For 2 years, that's all anyone analyzed. But dermatologists are now pointing at something else entirely. And it's the part of this story nobody saw coming. The hands, the neck, and in the rarest cases, even the feet. Because here's the thing about rapid weight loss that Hollywood learned the hard way. You can manage a face with filters, angles, and expensive treatments. But the body's edges, the parts that were never designed to hold much padding in the first place, those tell the truth every single time. If you've watched this series from the beginning, you know we go deeper than anyone else on this topic. If you're new, subscribe now, because this angle is one nobody else is covering properly. We're starting with the moment that arguably launched this entire conversation about the body's edges. May 2026, the Cannes red carpet. Demi Moore, 63 years old, wearing a strapless sequined Jacquemus gown that should have been the story of the night. Instead, the internet zeroed in on her arms and hands. Photos showed deep indentations along her arms, prominent veins across her hands, and a level of thinness that had fans genuinely alarmed rather than impressed. When one outlet described her arms as toned, the backlash was instant, with commenters firing back that this was not what toned looks like and asking openly if she was okay. Now, to be completely clear, Demi has never confirmed using any weight loss medication. But here's what makes her case the perfect opener for this list. Comparison photos of her hands taken a decade apart show a change that observers describe as going well beyond typical aging. And that's the pattern you're about to see 14 more times. The face can be managed, the frame can be styled, but the hands sit right there in every red carpet photo, holding the clutch, waving to cameras, telling a story the rest of the body has been carefully dressed to hide. Once you notice it, you can't stop noticing it. If Demi's case started the conversation, this one broke the internet. A single photo of Kylie Jenner leaving a West Hollywood venue in a silver mini dress turned into a full news cycle, and it had nothing to do with the dress. It was her hand, veiny, thin, with visible tendons, and looking, according to thousands of commenters, decades older than the rest of her. One viral comment summed up the entire moment. She forgot to Photoshop her Ozempic hand. Think about why that single image hit so hard. Kylie is 28 years old. She's spent her entire adult life as arguably the most curated visual brand on the planet, with every image polished to perfection before the public sees it. So when one unedited hand slipped through, the contrast was jarring enough to spawn actual doctor commentary in the press. Dr. C. Michael White explained the mechanics plainly, noting that hands looking thinner and rings falling off fingers is a common finding whenever there's major weight loss, because the hands simply don't have much padding to lose. Kylie has never admitted to using any medication, but her case proves the core idea of this entire video. In the most filtered era in human history, the hands became the one place the truth kept leaking out. Mariah Carey has spent 30 years mastering something most celebrities never figure out: total image control. The lighting, the angles, the retouching, all of it calibrated to keep the fantasy intact. She's joked for decades about refusing to acknowledge time itself. So when her frame slimmed down dramatically through 2024 and 2025, the presentation stayed flawless. The gowns, the poses, the soft glamour lighting, the illusion held. Almost. Because when paparazzi caught her leaving a London hotel in a black playsuit and knee boots, the comment sections lit up instantly. Finally, she got on Ozempic, wrote one commenter, racking up likes. Another simply said, one thing about Mariah, she will always get her body snatched. And the detail sharp-eyed fans kept returning to was her hands, the one element of the picture that styling can't fully control. To be fair, Mariah has never confirmed any medication use, and a source once told Entertainment Tonight that she'd had a different procedure years earlier. But her case is fascinating for one specific reason. She even hosted a segment discussing medication microdosing during her album promo without ever making it personal. That's the Mariah way. Acknowledge the culture, reveal nothing, and let the airbrushing do the talking. The hands, unfortunately, don't take direction. Christina Aguilera's transformation has been covered plenty, but there's a specific detail in her recent photos that belongs squarely in this video. It's not just the face, it's the proportions. At a March 2024 Clarins party, she posed with her hands on her waist, and the image went viral because the frame looked almost unreal, with her hands appearing to nearly wrap around her midsection. By the April 2025 Breakthrough Prize ceremony and the London Burlesque photo call that July, her arms and overall silhouette had fans doing double takes at every appearance. Her response to all of it has been pure defiance. On New Year's Eve, she posted, "No one deserves an explanation." She told Glamour she's reached a maturity where other people's opinions of her are simply not her business. You have to respect the consistency, honestly. She has never confirmed or denied anything, so this remains speculation. But plastic surgeon Dr. Brandon Richland, who has not treated her, offered a telling analysis, noting that her transition from a softer look to such a defined structure indicates significant loss of the padding that gives a face and frame its fullness, adding that she likely had professional help maintaining her facial structure along the way. In other words, the face got the maintenance plan, the frame and hands didn't, and that gap is exactly where the public keeps looking. Katy Perry's entry in this series has always been defined by that infamous birthday party wink, the toy syringes labeled Ozempic KP in the gift bags. But this time, look lower than the cheekbones, because the detail that dominated the conversation after the December 2024 iHeartRadio Jingle Ball wasn't her face at all, it was her neck. Wearing a sheer burgundy two-piece, her body looked sculpted and stage-ready, but observers described the neck area as dramatically thinned, paired with a chin so defined it looked almost drawn on. That specific combination is what experts flag over and over. Dr. Samuel Gulpanian has described the broader phenomenon as a general slackening of the skin caused by rapid weight loss, and the neck is where it shows first, because that skin is thin, constantly moving, and has almost no structural support underneath. Katy's camp firmly denies any medication involvement, with a source telling the Daily Mail that her change came from hard work and eating better than ever, crediting her healthier lifestyle at the time. But fans weren't reassured. Comments ranged from, "She looks drained," to genuine pleas for her to stop losing. And when the neck starts telling a different story than the press statements, the public tends to believe the neck. Rebel Wilson has been refreshingly honest across this entire era, which makes her a confirmed case, and her openness gives us something rare, a clear look at what maintenance actually costs. After her famous year of health and a loss of nearly 80 pounds, she regained about 30 in 2024, then began microdosing Ozempic to hold her weight steady. As Noom's chief wellness ambassador, she told USA Today she cycles on and off small doses, explaining that it lets her maintain her weight while recalling her own doctor warning her how hard that maintenance would be long-term. But here's what belongs in this specific video. Side-by-side photos from 2019 to 2025 show the change concentrated exactly where this list lives: the jaw, the neck, the area around the cheeks and eyes. A November 2025 photo highlighted what observers called a hollow chin effect, with the neck muscles more visible than ever before. Fans' reactions have been complicated, with many noting the transformation reads as older and more tired than she actually is. And that's the honest trade-off Rebel's case puts on display. She got the career versatility she openly says the weight loss gave her. The neck and jawline quietly collected the receipt. At least with Rebel, unlike most of this list, we're getting the full itemized bill. Rosie O'Donnell has appeared in this series before, but her entry today is about one specific area and her own genuine disbelief about it. Rosie has been on Mounjaro since late 2022 for her diabetes, making this a fully confirmed, medically grounded case.
You know, I've lost more weight here. I am on Mounjaro for my diabetes.
The weight came off steadily, and by 2025, she was posting transformation photos with a caption that said everything. "I can't believe this is me now." She's called the medication a lifesaver and admitted she's genuinely shocked to be wearing a size 12.
One of the side effects is you lose weight, but now that I'm a size large instead of an XL or a 2XL, I find it shocking, you know? I really do. I find it completely shocking.
But compare her photos from 2019 to now and focus on the neck. The fullness that once supported that area is gone, and the skin reads noticeably less taut, draping in a way that tells you exactly how fast the change happened. This is the mechanism experts describe constantly. Skin that spent decades stretched around fullness doesn't spring back on a deadline, especially later in life when the body produces far less of the collagen needed to do that job. What makes Rosie's case land differently is the total absence of pretense. No denial, no styling tricks, no turtlenecks, just a woman being openly stunned by her own reflection and letting the public see every stage of it. Her audience has responded with overwhelming support. Honesty, it turns out, buys a lot of grace. Vanessa Williams returns to the series with the most graceful handling of this exact side effect anyone has managed. The first Black Miss America confirmed to Hello magazine that she's been on Mounjaro for 2 years, framing it around turning 60 with total clarity. Her words were, "It's a game changer. When I turned 60, I was like, I want to be here for a long time, and I want to look my best." She also opened up about how brutal her 50s were, with perimenopause arriving in her late 40s and her body changing in ways she described as crazy. Here's the relevant part for this video. Side-by-side photos from 2023 to 2026 show the emergence of what outlets have plainly labeled an Ozempic neck, with visible creeping and looseness that reads more pronounced because mature skin holds less of the collagen needed to bounce back. But Vanessa, being Vanessa, didn't pretend it wasn't happening. She's been open about her correction routine, including polynucleotide facial treatments done in multiple rounds with Dr. Sach Mohan, a handheld skin device she uses at home, and hormone support alongside the medication. That's the full picture almost nobody else shows you. The medication, the visible cost, and the maintenance plan all disclosed. Her fans have responded with pure appreciation, and honestly, she's earned every bit of it. Meghan Trainor's story has been told across the series, but there's a detail from her recent appearances that makes her essential to this specific list. She's 31 years old, and the neck changes are already visible. At the paper premiere in August 2025, and again at the Baby 2 Baby Gala that November, close-up photos drew attention to hollowness in her neck area and the visible outline of the bones beneath it, with some outlets describing early vertical fold lines that typically don't appear for decades. Meghan is a fully confirmed case, and to her credit, she's owned every piece of it. Her March 2025 Instagram post said it plainly. "Yes, I use science and support. Shout out to Mounjaro, and I'm so glad I did because I feel great." She told E! News she has no shame being on it or talking about it, chose it specifically for having fewer side effects, and even shared that her husband Daryl joined her on it. She's also confirmed other procedures, including a lip treatment.
I've had Botox like a handful of times, just a few times, just up here, just my forehead, you know. And someone convinced me with my little lips that if you did a lip flip, you put filler right above your upper lip.
But the backlash hasn't softened, especially after she swapped her most famous lyric during live shows. And her case delivers this video's most sobering data point. Youthful skin slows this effect down. It doesn't stop it. Here's what makes Khloé Kardashian's entry different from everyone else on this list. The internet's obsession with her hands is older than the medication itself. Fans have been commenting on her long, thin fingers for over a decade, and back in 2021, she addressed it directly on Twitter, insisting, "I don't have freakishly long fingers. It's the lens." A 2022 photo of her in a car with long beige nails set off another wave, with comments simply reading, "Those hands." But then came the side-by-side comparisons spanning 2011 to 2025, and the conversation changed. The transformation across those years is significant, with the hands appearing dramatically thinner and more defined than any camera lens could explain. Dr. Terry Dubrow, one of the most recognizable plastic surgeons in the country, broke down the phenomenon by name, explaining that Ozempic hands simply refers to the loss of the natural padding under the skin that can happen after rapid weight loss, and noting the fix usually involves fat transfer or filler once someone's weight stabilizes. Khloé has never admitted to any medication, and she's been openly dismissive of the whole debate, telling Bustle that even if people get surgery or join the craze, who cares, adding she's just mad it wasn't around 10 years ago. Speculation, officially, but those hands have been building their case for a decade. Kathy Bates has given this series its most quotable moment, and her entry today focuses on the one area her incredible transformation couldn't protect, the neck. Her journey is confirmed and genuinely admirable. She spent 6 to 7 years losing around 80 pounds through pure lifestyle discipline before using Ozempic for the final stretch.
I know, me too. I think it was about 6 or 7 years ago I was diagnosed with diabetes too.
Telling Variety that when Ozempic came along, she was able to lose the last 15 to 20 pounds and keep it off.
Recently gone on Ozempic, everybody said, "Oh, she did it with Ozempic. Oh, she did." But that's not true. You know, I've started doing that about a year ago for my diabetes, and that's helped me lose the last 15 pounds or so.
And when critics tried to hand all the credit to the medication, she delivered the clapback of the entire era, telling them exactly where to go before adding, "It took me years to do this, but biology doesn't grade on effort." Side-by-side photos from 2016 against her recent Matlock era show pronounced looseness around her neck and lower face, with visible changes around the throat area that coverage has directly labeled an Ozempic neck. Here's the clinical nuance that makes her case so instructive. The 80 pounds she lost slowly gave her skin years to adapt. The final rapid stretch didn't. And at her age, that last sprint left marks the marathon never would have. She's embraced it all without a single confirmed corrective procedure, wearing the change as proof of a battle won. Given what that weight loss did for her health and her career resurgence, it's hard to argue with her math. Whoopi Goldberg lost, in her own iconic words, almost 2 people. She confirmed on The Kelly Clarkson Show that she was doing that wonderful shot that works for folks who need some help, and later named Mounjaro directly on The View.
One of the things that's helped me drop the weight is the Mounjaro.
Recalling the moment she watched herself on screen and thought, oh, that's a lot of me. Her peak weight had approached 300 pounds during the filming of Till, and the transformation since has been massive, confirmed, and completely unapologetic. But a change of that magnitude at her age, on that timeline, leaves evidence, and Whoopi's is concentrated exactly where this video lives. Recent side-by-sides against 2021 show her neck carrying visibly loose, draping folds, alongside deeper lines around her mouth that outlets have cataloged relentlessly. Dr. C. Michael White offered the crucial context here, explaining that these effects are cosmetic manifestations of rapid fat and muscle loss, not something built into the medications themselves. The same thing would happen with any dramatic, fast weight loss. What sets Whoopi apart is her complete refusal to chase corrections. No confirmed procedures, no strategic scarves, no apologies. Even supportive fans admit the change was so drastic and so fast that it aged her. Whoopi's answer, essentially, is that she's healthy, she's honest, and the rest is nobody's business. Fair enough. Oprah Winfrey is the only confirmed A-lister on this entire list showing changes in all 3 zones: the neck, the hands, and yes, the feet. She confirmed her use of a weight loss medication to people back in December 2023.
One of the things that I realized the very first time I took a GLP-1 was that all these years I thought that thin people, those people,
calling it relief, redemption, and a gift after a lifetime of public dieting, and explaining she has a predisposition that no amount of willpower was going to control. She's now around 155 pounds, down from what she called her default weight of 211. Now look closer at the recent appearances, comparing the 2016 Tony Awards to 2025. Observers documented visible vertical bands along her neck. Hand photos show noticeably thinner fingers with more prominent veins, and at both the 2025 NAACP Image Awards and 2026 Paris Fashion Week, attention turned to her feet, with commenters noting visible veins and wrinkling, and footage showing her walking slowly and carefully beside Gayle King. Dr. Scott Isaacs explained the feet phenomenon directly, describing reduced fat padding and visible tendons and veins. And here's the telling detail. Oprah now favors turtlenecks and high necklines at nearly every appearance, including strategic layering in Paris. When the most media-savvy woman alive starts dressing around a specific body part, that wardrobe choice is its own kind of confirmation. This entry requires care, so let's give it exactly that. In February 2026, Kelly Osbourne attended the Clive Davis Pre-Grammy Gala, an event honoring the memory of her father, Ozzy, who passed the previous summer. The photos from that night went viral for a heartbreaking reason. Her hands, posed against her dramatically smaller frame, they appeared to nearly encircle her waist, with prominent knuckles and visible veins that side-by-side comparisons made impossible to ignore. Comments flooded in, some cruel, many genuinely frightened. Kelly's denial has been absolute and consistent. She told Extra directly, "I did not take Ozempic. I don't know where that came from. My mom took Ozempic." She credits her confirmed 2018 gastric sleeve procedure, a strict no-sugar diet, and body sculpting treatments she's openly discussed.
Sugar and carbohydrates, and I rapidly lost weight. Really wanted to tighten the skin around my neck and under my chin.
And critically, she attributes her recent changes to grief, telling reporters at the Grammys, "I'm not doing so great. It's the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, but I'm getting through." Her mother Sharon defended her plainly, saying she's not happy, she lost her daddy, but the deeper truth is simpler. Whatever is written on Kelly's hands right now, a grieving daughter deserved better than a comment section. And at number 1, the only person on earth who shows all 3 zones, admits the treatment caused it, and openly regrets how far it went. Sharon Osbourne started treatment in December 2022 and lost 42 pounds in 4 months, dropping below 100 pounds. Her confession to The Guardian remains the defining quote of this entire era. "I was injecting myself with Ozempic, and I lost 3 stone in 4 months. Too much. I now weigh 7 stone and can't put on weight." On Howie Mandel's podcast, she went further, admitting she doesn't know what it's done to her metabolism, and concluding, "I think I went too far."
I can't put on weight now. And I don't know what it's done to my metabolism, but I just can't seem to put any on because I think I went too far.
The evidence covers everything this video is about. Neck comparisons show deep horizontal banding and dramatic loss of fullness. Her hands appear noticeably thinned in recent photos. And then came the Instagram picture of her cuddled on a couch with her grandson, where commenters zeroed in on her feet, writing, "The feet don't match the face," and "Her feet speak the truth." Plastic surgeon Dr. Barry Weintraub analyzed those images for the Daily Mail, explaining the visible veins and loosening skin reflect the loss of padding and water retention that comes with such a reduced frame, even suggesting an emerging procedure informally called a foot lift. After decades of confirmed cosmetic work, Sharon now says she's through with all of it. She chased the finish line her whole life, crossed it, and discovered it kept moving. That's the whole story of this era in one woman. So why the hands, the neck, and the feet? Here's the science that ties all 15 of these stories together, and it's genuinely worth understanding. Your face carries deep reserves of structural padding, which is exactly why wealthy celebrities can manage it with fillers, treatments, and expert help. But the hands, the neck, and the feet were never built that way. Those areas carry only a thin natural layer over tendons, veins, and bone. So when rapid weight loss sweeps through the body, they have almost nothing to spare and no way to hide the change. That's why experts like Dr. Terry Dubrow and Dr. C. Michael White keep repeating the same point. These effects aren't caused by any ingredient in the medications themselves. They're the signature of speed, and they'd appear just as clearly after any dramatic, fast weight loss. That distinction matters because these medications remain genuinely valuable for people who medically need them, prescribed properly and monitored by a real physician. The lesson written across every entry today is about pace, not shortcuts. The body can adapt to almost anything, but it needs time to do it. And when time gets skipped, the truth doesn't disappear. It just relocates to the places no filter has ever been able to reach. If this angle opened your eyes, subscribe now, because this series keeps finding the stories everyone else misses.